money. But yeah, if I try to think about this issue, it doesn't necessarily mean that if you if you give away money, you're gonna be a philanthropist. I consider, on the other hand, that, for example, when you devote your time or your knowledge, this is a way for you to be philanthropist. So you have to take this kind of things into account. Um, for example, in in my standpoint, I consider that Sor Teresa de Calcutta was a person who tried to help people out, but she didn't have money. So she was able to help, yeah, many homeless people, and without receiving anything in return. And it's something that millions of people appreciate a lot. I consider that, okay, I could be a philanthropist, yeah, in the future, if I try to help people um, in terms of English. Maybe they consider English as the worst subject at school because maybe they don't have anybody to help them. So I will try to put forward some ideas to come up with good ideas in order for them to be in love with English. And I will try to do it without receiving money, just for free. This is what comes to my mind. Um,
Yeah, of course. I mean, you're right, and you have a great perception of what this topic really means.
and
And
it's very,
I really
it's very,
cite you when you
yeah,
mention that it's not only about having money.
yeah,
It's about the willing of sharing your service and the forms that your service brings along, and
yeah.
maybe sharing your knowledge and sharing your heart would offer many options as to help others and being philanthropic, as you are mentioning. What do you else have to mention?
Um, yeah, I gotta say that uh, by filantropía se dice philanthropic.
Yeah, philanthropic person,
Philanthropic is a
philanthropic
very
person,
remarkable thing.
being a philanthropic person.
Philanthropic is a very remarkable thing because this is a way for some people to counteract, to offset the outrageous, the atrocious situations that are happening in life, in order to make a better world. Not only Bill Gates, but also, yeah, other prosperous people, just like Warren Buffett and others. In this moment, it doesn't come to my mind. Yeah, another kind of philanthropist, but I don't know. Yeah, Bill Gates has a steadfast commitment. This is something that I appreciate from him. He's a wonderful person, and there is something that he was pointing out in a discussion, in a conversation, and is the fact that he would like to give away all his money in the future, almost all his money, in order to create equality between homeless and, yeah, the other social classes. Yeah, social class. And
And we are now just we already have having the clear what type of philanthropic activities are and maybe who those people that have highlighted by themselves by doing or performing those things have been. But which causes, specifically, which causes do you think philanthropic people or philanthropic groups would support? Special
for,
which special cause or situations? What do you think?
first of all, um, Bill Gates has a willing and is to, yeah, to shelter, is to to fund some pharmaceutical centers in order to do away with malaria, all these kind of diseases. This is one of the most important things that philanthropists like to do. Um, yeah, another thing is about education. Education is very important for them. If I were a philanthropist, I would um, draw up a project in order to create some enterprises for people, for homeless people, to get into this business. Um, yeah, they will make up for this by working very hard. So I would provide them allowance, money, and I would do in order to, you know, to to create this equality. On the other hand, I would like to create parks, more parks. Why do I say that? Because when doing, when working out, this is a way for you to be immersed in positive things, to be to focus your energy in the things that are worth. Because sometimes in your spare time you don't know what to do, so people tend to do some negative aspects. This is what I've learned from the town where I live. There isn't any kind of distractions for them to do, so some people tend, I don't know, to smoke weed, weed, for example. And yeah, it's a pity that they don't have these kind of places. I consider that, yeah, sport is very um, important for people in order to be a better person. It creates discipline, many kinds of important values. When you are doing, for example, I don't know, in my case, when I was working out very hard, it helped me in order to be more disciplined in another situations. Um, I, for example, tend to be more uh, disciplined, to study with, yeah, constancy. It finally dawned on me that it was the key to be successful in life. Yeah, that's what comes to my mind.
So
I would like
do
to
you
say
think,
that.
have you ever been a
Sorry.
philanthropic person? Have you ever done a philanthropic activity? Or do you consider I have to be a famous person or a rich person just to do so? What do you think?
Okay. As I mentioned before, there's no need for you to be a philanthropist. Okay, some people or many people consider that if you are rich, prosperous, you could give away money, but you could give away your knowledge or, yeah, your time in some specific things. For example, what Teresa Calcutta did, he didn't have money, but he was helping out people. And what else could I tell you? I don't know. For example, there are some famous people who are consider themselves as a philanthropist, but some of them knowingly do this because they want people consider them as very important people, but very awesome, very wonderful, nice. But it's not because they are this kind of people, this kind of person, but because somebody, it could be a manager, told them to do it in order for people to be attracting to them. There are some cases, I don't know. I don't like to mention, but yeah, there are some people who are rich who do this kind of things, but it's not because they like it, but because they want to be famous for it. Um,
And which philanthropic activities do you consider have you performed in your life experiences?
that's a good question. Um, when I was studying at Javeriana, I used to give some private tuitions um, for planet people, maybe those who had many problems, and I didn't try to receive anything in charge. I tried to help them. Maybe if the class lasts for 1 hour, sometimes I forget this thing because I notice the willing of the person in order to learn. So sometimes the class lasts for 3 hours. 3 hours. I try to help
And now,
people with my
yeah,
knowledge.
continue, continue.
Yeah, regarding clarinet. So it was something that was very constructive, enriching, uh, for the fact that I realized they were able to improve, to enhance their skills. Maybe they had a problem, a specific problem, and I was able to spot that thing. And I tried to get the kings out, try to get the kings out. So they they feel they felt that, yeah, in fact, their technician their technique was improving, so they appreciate that. And this is something that I took with me. This is something that made me feel happy to feel that they they were very happy with what I was teaching them. Yeah, that's what I could tell you.
And have you, I mean, just turning the question with a different approach,
Yeah.
has anybody ever been a philanthropic person with you? Has anybody done a philanthropic activity with you or for you?
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna tell you a story. It happened to me, yeah, 10 years ago. I was studying at National University, but I was kicked out from it. Um, I flunked the exam for many reasons. So in this moment, yeah, Christopher, the teacher from Javeriana, the North American teacher, he knew that kind of thing. So he called me. He called me up in order to study with him. I told him that I didn't have any money to get into Javeriana, but he gave me some classes for free. I was depressed. I didn't know what to do with my life. Uh, yeah, I thought that the outcome was bleak, grim. I didn't know what to do. So he gave me a hand when I thought nobody was going to help me. I was studying with him for 5 months before doing the audition to get into Javeriana. In that moment, the semester cost about 6 million pesos. Yeah, but I didn't have the money. So he told me that if I study harshly, I would be able to make it with a scholarship. So I didn't have to pay anything to him. Maybe the reason for him to help me was that he noticed have I was talent. I was cut out for playing. I was cut out for playing. That's why he helped me a lot. And as a matter of fact, I was able to make it. I did the best exam at Javeriana when it comes to, yeah, the performance, the musical performance, and I was able to keep this scholarship for, yeah, for 10 months, for 10 semesters, for all the career. And this is something that I will appreciate, that So this is a way for me to consider as something, yeah, as a philanthropic, philanthropic way.
Philanthropic way.
Philanthropic
Philanthropic
way.
way.
Philanthropic way. Yeah,
And
thank you.
there's another word that you pronounce properly, but I just want you to sound more the one that you want to sound. You said pharmaceutical, I guess, and it's completely right. But I would say pharmaceutical, pharmaceutical, pharmaceutical.
I'm going to write it down. Thank you.
And I have a different question for you. Have you ever witnessed a person who just outwardly wants to be philanthropic, wants to do philanthropic things?
Yeah, okay, well, I'm thinking about this, but in this moment, I didn't, I didn't happen to witness that thing. But maybe yes, but I don't remember.
And then
No,
what happened? What happened if a person who's outwardly, as I told you, trying to show off that he's doing a philanthropic thing? What happened if that person receives like a great reward for doing that? And and you go thinking like, oh my goodness, I could actually benefit from this as well. The question is, would you follow suit? Would you do the same thing?
no. Can you repeat me once again? I need to think it over.
If that person is having benefit, is getting profit from doing philanthropic things,
Yeah.
would you do the same thing? Would you try to show off? Would you try to outwardly do philanthropic or perform philanthropic activities in order for you to just get some profit? Would you follow suit? Would you do the same thing?
Okay. Maybe in this moment I would say no, but maybe when you are a materialistic person, uh, you are gonna do it. That I'm not a huge fan of money. I don't know, maybe because I don't have it, but I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I would do it, or maybe not. But I consider that there are other important things that are priceless. For example, your family, to help your family out in many kind of things, or your friends, or yeah, a person that you uh, come across, a person that you bump into. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and this is a really hot button because like diving right into this specific thing. I mean, we are always accustomed to seeing these type of people all around, and that's for me it's really common. And maybe you've witnessed this also.
I'm gonna tell you something that in this moment I don't remember, but when I have something in mind, I'm gonna tell you in another conversation. But yeah, I know that it has to be uh, a specific situation. But yeah, I know. I'm going to think it through.
Yeah, you should be thinking through, and you should really think it through, and you will realize all the things that maybe you haven't thought that deep when it comes to this specific topic. So, Leo, I think time is up, and time again flew by, and I think it was really meaningful for us. And
Yeah,
I don't know
there's
if it was for you, but it was for me, surely. And I really appreciate your words, appreciate your effort, appreciate your time, and I really wish you the best. And I know God is gonna support you, and it's gonna lead your path. And thank you very much for one more time for being part of this and for making it happen. I mean, it's your effort who really make it possible. Thank you one more time, and I got no words just to describe how grateful I am for having you and for having all the students that have
yeah,
showed up and participated as well.
Yes, Victor. No, I don't know what to say, but yeah, I wish I could have another class with you next week, and it has been very constructive for me at all. So yeah,
Right, for sure. I want to be sharing the spreadsheets again with you and with the rest of the students. So you just pick the spot that work best for you and just be here one more time or as many times as you want, as long as you got the chances.
I would like to copy down these words. What do you recommend me? Maybe I do a screenshot or
Yeah,
the word.
make a screenshot, make a screenshot, and because time is up, I got a different student hitting me up right now because I took
Yeah,
a lot more, and we'll be just working around those new words. All right.
yeah. So thank you,
So next
Victor.
session, just remind me. All right. Thank you very much, and have a good one.
Have a good one.
Have a good one. All right. See you.